Hi. So, um, welcome back. And thank you for all the awesome responses that I've received from you guys. I've been super excited all day. I've been super excited, and I even wanted to film another video today so I can upload it and talk to you guys about how it was that I was introduced to the many different types of yarn that exist. Uh, Prior to November of 2018, the yarns that I was familiar with was, for me, either Walmart yarn, Hobby Lobby yarn, or Michael's yarn. I've never bought yarn from Joann's ever. I think I've been in that place like once or twice, and I really didn't walk around, and I wasn't really looking for yarn when I went. So most of the yarn that I used to work with was either the Red Heart, and then when I started wanting to work with like the dresses that I made and stuff, I started looking into different yarns, but I really wasn't paying attention to the fiber. I wasn't paying attention to how many yards there were. All I would look at was the price, and I would touch it. So if it felt soft and I felt that it was reasonably priced, then I would buy it. And that was it. So last year, for my birthday, a very good friend of mine and my husband's and an ex-co-worker of ours, joined us for dinner for my birthday, and he said that my birthday gift was in his truck. So when we were leaving, he takes out 4 totes out of his vehicle and gives it to us. And my husband is putting it in the back seat of our vehicle. And when I get home, I open these 4 totes, and they were full of yarn. And I was overwhelmed with how much yarn there was in there. There was so much yarn, I took it all out of all of the boxes, and I put it on a table, and I was just staring at it, and I was so in love with it. I mean, there was so many kinds of yarns that I never even thought of purchasing. One, because I didn't even know what to do with these yarns. Even when it was time for me to buy yarn to make a dress or a little blanket, that's where I would get stuck. I would get stuck for days and sometimes a couple of weeks trying to think about what kind of yarn I was going to buy, how I wanted it to feel. And then when I would go to the store and it was time for me to pick it, I didn't know which yarn I wanted. I didn't know what it was for. Some were really thin, some were thick, and I was really confused. And so when I started looking through this yarn, though, oh my goodness, was I shocked. It was a lot. So I wanted to show you a couple of things that I did last year. I was looking through it, and I picked out one ball of yarn, and I wanted to make a dinosaur for my son. And so I picked the ball of yarn that I saw, and I loved it, and I loved the color, and I was like, this is the perfect color for the dinosaur that I'm about to make. And so I started making it, and I made all the little pieces. I never put it back. I never pieced it together or put it together. I haven't finished it. I need to finish it now, but I looked at the little tag, and I realized that this was a combination of silk and some other fiber. And then I saw the price on it, and I believe it was like $22 or $27, and I was floored. I was super shocked, and then I felt so guilty for using the yarn on something like this. And so I put it up, and I just didn't pick this up anymore. I put it down, and I need to finish it. But then after this one, I decided to go and have at it again. So I found 4 other balls of yarn, and I was going to make a lap blanket. And then it dawned on me. I went and I looked at the tag once I finished with this one, and I realized that I was going to need a whole lot more, because this is all I have. And I looked at the tag, and it said that it was cashmere, and each ball of yarn was like $38. And so after I saw that, I grabbed all of the balls of yarn, put them back in the boxes. I put them together by color, like all the blues with blues and pinks and the light colors with the light colors, and I put it away in my closet, and that's where it's been this whole time. As I mentioned in my previous video, we had to start traveling as of March of this year, so we traveled quite a bit. And when I got back from Washington, I decided to come back, and I opened one of the boxes, and I wanted to make a blouse for my daughter. And this is what I made with one of those little rolls of yarn that she had in there, that was in that box that my friend gave to me. And I tried it on my daughter. I was so happy. I was so proud of this little neckline, and I tried it, and she looked like Gus Gus. Her little tummy was just sticking out, and she does not fit in this blouse. And so I could not find, I don't know what this is. I don't know what it's made of. It just feels so soft and squishy. I mean, I can turn this into a ball, and then it's not wrinkled. It doesn't lose its shape. I was so in love with this. So I started looking around, and I went to Michael's, and I went to Hobby Lobby, and I was like, oh my goodness, there has to be a boutique or something then. And so then I started Googling that stuff, and sure enough, I found one. And then I walked in there, and I saw all those yarns in there. And of course, I already didn't know what to do with what I had. And then I walk in there, and I really didn't want to purchase anything there. One, they were super duper expensive, and number two, I wouldn't know what to do with them. So I came back to my box, and I really started paying attention, especially after watching a bunch of your videos and listening to you guys talk about cotton yarn and making dish towels and washcloths and scrubby thingies for the dishes and stuff. And so a whole nother world started opening up for me, and I started calling it the Yarniverse, because it's like this super duper happy place that's full of nothing but yarn. And all of you ladies are ordering all this awesome yarn and in all these beautiful colors and, you know, different fibers. And I started seeing that, so I got even more excited about looking at my stuff. And so you guys have been giving me a bunch of ideas, but I'm still kind of lost. Like I am going to frog this, not undo it, and I'm going to have to make something different other than this. I cannot. This was 4 rolls of cashmere, $38 a roll, and this is all I made, and there is no way that I'm going to leave this like this. So if you guys have any suggestions, I would greatly appreciate it. And so let me show you some of the stuff that's in this box. I don't know if I'll be able to show everything to you, but I'll show you a lot of like these yarns. Now, this yarn haul, I'm not going to talk to you about the brand new yarn and the latest and greatest, but it's brand new to me. It is so awesome. I still don't know what to do with most of this yarn. But I just love touching it. I love looking at it. I love coming up here and opening the totes and then taking all the yarn out of the boxes and then putting it back in there again, even though I don't know what to make with it. Another thing that I realized was that in the past year, whenever I wasn't feeling so happy, or I felt that I needed to feel a little bit happier than what I was feeling, what I realized last night actually, is that I used to run up here and I would take out all the totes and I would sit down and I would just pour them all out of the totes and I would put them all back in there and organize them again. And so it's just, everything's falling into place, and I can't even explain or begin to explain to you how super excited I am. I'm so happy to read, the few messages that I got. I'm super, super excited. Paige, that you responded. Dana, that you responded to me. I'm so, so happy. You said a few things in one of your videos, and you were talking about, so sorry. I don't want to pause this because I'm recording it from my phone and I don't know how to pause and then begin a new video, and I don't know how to merge them yet. So that's why I'm not liking the fact that this is happening. But you talked about a loss that you had in your life, and I had one too. And so I'm so excited because all of you guys, whether it's just going through a bunch of happy things or you guys are going through something, probably a little bit difficult, all of you guys are here and you guys are cheering some people like me. And I want to do the same thing. I am so excited because I want to be able to talk about all the fun stuff that's happening to me. Oh my God, I get so emotional. I hate that. I want to talk about all the awesome stuff that's happening. It's a good thing. Some really good things are happening, and I'm feeling really, really good about this. And I'm so happy because now I have a bunch of people to talk to, and believe me, there's a few people now that are watching me that know me, and you guys know I can talk a lot. So here we go. This is one of the ones that were in there. This is awesome. The color for this one is Johnny Pump Up. Wow. This is 200 yards, 4 ounces of 100% bamboo. Wow. Look at the colors. I don't even know how to put this back together again. I didn't even know that ball winders, yarn, so sorry, yarn winders existed to turn the yarn into little balls or cakes. But this is an awesome one. I love the colors here. Oh my goodness, here I go, starting to stick my foot in my mouth already. There's one. There is a bunch of these there. There is this one. There's a bunch of these, and I guess these are used to make kitchen towels and things of things like that. There was a basket. I have a basket full of these yarns that are cotton. I mean, in different colors. Look at this. I mean, all of these. So I was thinking that I was like, I'm gonna get busy because I am going to start making a bunch of stuff to give away as gifts for Christmas. I don't know, kitchen towels, washcloths and stuff. I have a bunch of videos to watch now on how-tos other than afghans and dresses and scarves. So there were a bunch of combs, some have been used already, and I'll tell you why it was that he also gave this to me, and that's, I felt super duper special that he actually picked me to give to me. I also kind of blamed him for making me spend more money and for introducing me to this world of awesome yarns, because I told him that had it not been for him giving me these yarns, I wouldn't have been so curious about, as far as where these yarns came from and what to do with them. And then I wouldn't have picked up my phone to look in, into the YouTube channels and start looking for yarn hauls. That's what I did. In August, what I looked for, I pulled up, my search was August yarn hauls 2019. And that is how I came across all of you awesome ladies. The ladies that I was familiar with before were Crystal and Woolly Wonders and a couple of others. I don't remember, but I remember those very well. And then now with all these yarn hauls, Crystal popped up, and Dana, and now Paige, and I've been listening to I've been watching the Cinnamon Stitches and Summer's tips. I'm horrible with names. I did write everything down though, so I wouldn't forget the names. But Jennifer with Cinnamon Stitches. I've been watching her. I've been watching Summer's tips and stitches. I've been watching Charlie with Have a Yarn with Charlie. Awesome. Congratulations. If you ever, watch this, if not, somebody let her know that I was super happy for her as well. But I've learned so much from you guys as far as this yarn is concerned. Now I have a bunch of ideas as to what to do with some of it, but not everything, because there's some funky yarn in here too. But this is some sock yarn, and there's quite a few of these balls of yours. Ball skeins, skeins. I hope I'm saying it right. See, this is from the dark colored box. I put all the blues and different types of blue. This is an awesome one too. Look at this one. This is from Yarn Bee. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Beguile. I need to bring my glasses up here. So I can be able to read the labels, because I can't. Then there is this one. I was going to start making a blouse for my daughter, but I frogged it. That's this right here, because I don't know. Once again, I got confused, and I was wondering if I was using this yarn the right way. I don't know if there is a right way or wrong way, but I didn't know. So I frogged the blouse, and I rolled this thing back up again. So there is that. Then there's this cool yarn right here from Bernat. Bling Bling. Thinking maybe a scarf or something. I don't know. Then there's this one. Bunny tail. Cute. There's this right here, and then there's a bunch of really cool, awesome, funky looking yarns. I think these are called eyelash yarns. I think they are. And these are Lion brand, and I don't know what this brand is. They were on sale. So that's that. The rest of it was just a bunch of different, like, balls in there, like of leftover yarn. Here go. Oh, this one right here, I'll show it to you guys in a little bit. But then there was this other yarn here that I found in one of the boxes. Isn't this beautiful? Look, I've heard a bunch of you talk about some of these, and I'm sure it's discontinued, but it is perfect. Look how pretty. Look at all these colors. There's yellows and greens. I don't know what to make with this. It's so soft. Super duper soft. And this it's 120 yards, each one of these, and it's 100% Pima cotton. I hope I'm saying it right. There's that. This one is super duper cool, and it works. glow in the dark yarn. I cannot believe it. I had never, ever heard of this before. Glow in the dark yarn. My friend who gave this yarn to me used to show up to work with this awesome scarf that his wife made him, and it had aliens in it. And so when I called him and asked him one day, I was like, what was she going to make with this? He said, I think she was going to make the alien scarf again, and she was going to use the glow in the dark for the little aliens. And I was like, what an awesome idea. He gave me the pattern, but I don't knit, so I don't know how to make it. But I'm going to learn, and I will show you guys why. I had never heard of organic cotton and milk fiber. Look at this. I mean, I don't know if I should put it in the basket with all my other cottons for dish towels or something. This one's, it would be an expensive dish towel. $12 for this little ball. And then these are so pretty. I don't know what to make with them. There are 2, I believe, of each color, and they're quite, I believe that she has this, there is this color, and there's a brown one somewhere in here. There's also Karen Simply Soft and pink bunny tail yarn. And then there's these. They don't have a label. Sorry about that. They don't have a label, but they're real pretty, sparkly. I'm thinking maybe a beanie with them. I don't know. And it's not very thick either. See? I don't know what the gauge is for that. But I have those. Then there's this one. They're pretty. I love the colors though. And I love this yarn. Even if I don't know what to make with it, I love just looking at it, touching it, and taking it out of the box, putting them back in there, organizing them. And there's these. There's this one. I mean, I'm assuming you can make a beanie or something for a baby with this. I'm not sure. There's just one ball in there. But so soft and squishy. Then there's these. I'm thinking maybe a scarf. It's Isaac Mizrahi Craft. Oh, from Premier. I've heard that name quite a few times in the past month now. This is 99 yards, 4 ounces. It's 67% acrylic, 31% polyester, and 2% metallic. Cute. Then there's this one. I don't know. I think this is eyelash yarn too. I'm not sure, but it's for a baby, I think. I'm not sure. I'm assuming it would be. Pretty. Super soft. Then there's this one. I don't know what to make with this either, but it's so cute. I love the way it feels. There's another one of these here. See, I need one of those little yarn winders so I could pick some of this yarn. So then there's this one. This is Vanna's Choice. I didn't even know that there was a Vanna White or Vanna's Choice yarn. Oh, I don't know what you do with these with this, but these are so cute. My daughter pulled this off. I was not a happy camper, but I mean, what do you guys do with this? Use this for decoration or something? I was thinking of making maybe a Christmas wreath and grabbing this yarn and getting some styrofoam balls and wrapping the styrofoam balls in yarn and then decorating a Christmas wreath with it and giving it to somebody who loves to crochet and making a Christmassy yarn wreath. So there goes that part. One more with yarn stuff. Look at this. I don't know what to do with it, but it is so beautiful. Look at the colors. Look how pretty they are. Oh my goodness, they're awesome. There's that. And then there's this one. I can make some beanies with this one. That I know for sure. I don't know what else. But there's that. And then there's some other cool yarn. Check this out. I don't know what I would do. It looks like shoelaces from like the 80s. But it's not. Awesome, awesome. This is so cool. Looking at it again. Oh, then there's this one. I guess I can make some Halloween-y stuff, huh? I don't know. It feels like velvet or something. I don't know. It feels, it's really soft though. Pretty colors. And oh, here we go. More of this one right here. It says Rowan Holiday. I don't. It says shade 035, and there's 50 grams, and I don't know what I would do with this. See, I'm thinking that you use this for knitting. I'm not sure, but there's 4 balls. And I love that color. It's so pretty. I've been buying so much stuff in that purpley color. I think I already showed you guys one of these. And then there's this one. Super awesome. All of them are awesome, huh? It's so sparkly. It's so pretty. And it's so soft. I mean, it feels like silk or something. What is this? Color Lot. 4109, and this is from Very Carey, I guess. It is 94% nylon and 16% polyester, and it's made in Spain. Awesome. Pretty. And then there are these yarns here. Crochet thread, maybe? There's a bunch of them. Like, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these. I don't know what to make with it. Maybe a shawl? Black. Then, some other fun stuff that was in one of the boxes. And this is the reason why I say that I am going to learn how to knit. Look what I found in this box. Oh, sorry. I dropped them. Okay. Here we go. I did not know what these were for. I saw it last year and I was like, ah, cute little bag. Because of all of you guys, Proper Pineapple and everyone else that's making these little bags. I know what it is now, so I have one. It came from my friend. Let me show you the gems that I found in here besides the yarn. And not only are there some really long ones in here. The knitting needles. Look at these. Look at these. Aren't they beautiful? I don't know what brand they are, but I'm not going to keep them in the tote anymore. I am going to find a place to display all of these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful needles. Look at this. Or are they called needles? Knitting needles. They're beautiful. So this is the reason why I am going to learn how to knit. I am not going to get rid of these at all. There's a lot more stuff in there. I did not know. This is where I'm gonna go with this one. I learned quite a few things in the past few weeks from all of you guys, and from going through this stuff again and realizing that I had a lot of the stuff that you guys were talking about. I had no clue that there were like super duper awesome stitch markers, and I started seeing some of the stitch markers that Paige is making, and then I started seeing some of the stitches that, you know, some of you other ladies are, you know, receiving and sending off and stuff. And guess what? I found a little bag in here. I didn't know what they were last year at all, but I know what they are this year, and I was so happy. Every time I go into this box and open something new, I felt like I was shopping. Look how cute. They're little kitty cats. Awesome. Possum. Little kitty cats. They're cute. I hope you could see them. There's a few of them in here. One of them broke. One of them is broken. Little thing broke, but I have stitch markers. I don't know how to knit, and I know that these are knitting stitch markers, but I'm gonna make some crochet stitch markers soon. Super excited about that. So yes, I found there's so many other stuff, so many more things in here. There's needles, there are scissors, there are different types of these knitting needles, and there's some that have like little wires on them. And there were also notebooks in here with written patterns. I know that much, but they are written patterns for knitting, and that's, I barely know how to read the instructions for crocheting. I showed you guys a pillow that I made in my last video, and I mean, it's super like the top area of it is crooked. I still needed to add the I needed to add something else to it. The where I crocheted, they started, you could see where it's splitting, or either that I put too much stuffing in it. See, but so there's no way that I can read those knitting instructions that she left in this book. So why did I get all of this yarn? My friend, my very good friend, gave me this yarn. His wife, as you guys can see, was super duper into knitting, and unfortunately in 2014 he sent me a message and said that he was on his way to the hospital because, you know, his wife was pretty sick. And then about 5 to 10 minutes later, he sends me a text message and says that she was no longer here with us. I'm so happy that this is the second or third time that I'm recording this and saying this, because you guys don't want to see the first video. And so when I received all of this yarn, I felt so special, and I wanted to, every time I would pick up a ball of yarn, I would say, okay, what did you want to make with this? What was the purpose for this? She used to work with children a lot, so I figured that I could do something for children, make, you know, fun stuff for little kids, and I don't know what to do with the cotton stuff. If you guys have any suggestions as to what I can do with this to give away, or if you guys can suggest what I should do with some of this yarn, just, you know, give me some ideas. I greatly appreciate it. I am getting a bunch of ideas already from, you know, watching all of the different stuff that you guys make. Oh gosh, 35 minutes. I have been going on and on and on. If you guys made it to the end of this video, thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, I talk a lot. Let me show you a few of the things that I finished making. Oh, where is it? This one, this pattern I got from the Fiber Spider, and I just finished it a couple of days ago. I still need to tuck in, you know, these things or sew them in. I don't know what you call it. I hate doing that. I thought I was the only one, but I'm glad that I'm not the only one that hates to mess with those ends. But I didn't have enough yarn, so I ended up having to use the same kind in a different color so I can finish it off. For some reason, I have been horrible at being able to calculate how much yarn I need to make a shawl. I have a bunch of unfinished shawls, so this one is, I had to make it in 2 different colors, and I'm working on this other one, and I thought I had enough, so I only bought 1 ball of yarn at Hobby Lobby in the color Dijon or something, and I figured it's 800 and something yards. I should have enough to make a shawl. Wrong. I only had enough to make that piece, and so I went back to Hobby Lobby. They don't have it. I went online, and it's discontinued, so I have to use a different color. And so I guess I am supposed to buy triple the amount of yarn if I'm going to be using patterns like this. But I figured that because this is orange and this is like a yellowish mustard color, maybe if I don't have enough of this one to finish it off, then I can add another color that I bought that's like a reddish color almost, so it'll fall under the fall colors. It'll be ready for fall. Thank you so much. I wanted to say hi or do some shout outs. Once again, I wanted to say thank you to Paige BD Crochet Creations for subscribing to my channel, and for commenting on my first video, for Dana and Dooley for subscribing to my channel as well, for commenting. Oh my goodness, like I feel like we could be like super duper friends as well. Zelda NRJ3, I love watching her channel as well. She's super funky. I love the fact that she, like, there are no holds bars, and she just says it like it is. Crystal with Bag O' Day Crochet, Krista with The Secret Yarnery. I love her little funky attitude, and she also inspired me to do, all of you ladies, everyone that I have mentioned. Summer's Tips and Stitches. I've been watching Charlie with Have a Yarn with Charlie, Fiber Spider. I love your tutorials, they're awesome. Jennifer with Cinnamon Stitches, love the hair color. And thank you so much everyone for sticking around for the past 40 minutes and listening to me go on and on and on about my yarn and stuff. And I will be posting another video in a couple of days. I'm waiting for some stuff to come in, and I also want to show you guys some stuff that I found at places that were not Hobby Lobby or Michael's or at a store. Just some awesome finds that I'm super excited to talk to you about. Have a good evening. Thank you.